Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Language Reading Improvement Program, Fortnightly video training sessions. I hope you had a good rest and are ready to tackle Term 3. Remember, these training sessions are designed to assist you in effectively using the LRIP resources in your day-to-day teaching. Please don't forget to complete a brief pretest to measure your understanding of the content for this 2-week cycle. You will also complete a post-test at the end of this training session. Now, please allow me to take a moment to thank you for your hard work and dedication and for working together with us to improve learner performance in our classrooms. The theme or content for Term 3, Week 1 and 2 is folklores, and more specifically, legends and myths. Let's take a look at the expectations per skill for this 2-week cycle. For listening and speaking, learners will be expected to listen to a folklore, for example, a legend or myth. For reading and viewing, learners will read a folklore. For writing and presenting, learners are expected to write a recount of the folklore genre they have read, in our case, a myth, using a specific writing frame. For language structures and conventions, learners will cover prefixes, roots and suffixes, past tense, simple sentences and complex sentences, paragraphs, proverbs, idioms, moral of the story, and punctuation. Included in the LRIP package are lesson plans for every 2-week cycle. These lesson plans explain explicitly what the expectations are per skill. Within the 2-week cycle, you may use 2 hours to complete the listening and speaking skill. For the listening component, learners must listen to a legend or myth being read to them while they take down notes. In this case, a video has been provided to you in the PowerPoint, as well as the text, should you prefer to read the story to your learners yourself. You are expected to play or read the myth a few times. Learners will check their own listening according to a listening checklist, also provided in the Learner Resource Pack. Thereafter, learners will be expected to work in pairs, where each partner gets a chance to ask the questions and each get a chance to answer. You will then mark the answers and do the necessary corrective work. You may also have a class discussion about the moral of the story. Within the listening and speaking skill, you will be required to teach some language structures and convention concepts. Included in your package are notes on simple past tense. Remind learners to use past tense when retelling the myth and answering the questions. We have also included teaching support materials in the support packages under posters and word walls, which you can print out, laminate if you want, and use in your classrooms. Next up is the reading and viewing skill. For this skill, you will have a total of 5 hours to cover all the components within a 2-week cycle. For Term 3, Week 1 and 2, your learners will be reading another myth. We have provided you with a myth, King Midas and the Donkey Ears, both on the PowerPoint as well as in the Learner Resource Pack. You are expected to teach them the elements and features of a myth, which is also provided to you as well as to the learners in the resource packs. Remember to do pre-reading activities as well as reading for meaning strategies listed in the ATP. You will also do a post-reading activity whereby learners will answer questions based on the myth. Lastly, for this skill, your learners will be expected to complete a read aloud activity. Again, don't forget to ensure that you have evidence of all the activities in the learners' books. Remember, you are expected to teach language skills in context. For reading and viewing, we have incorporated punctuation by providing a little video, some posters, as you can see on your screen, as well as a worksheet. We have tried to include the posters on the PowerPoint as well as to provide them to you in a printable form to help you create a print-rich classroom. Now let's take a look at the writing and presenting skill. You have 2 hours within your 2-week cycle to complete this skill. For this activity, learners will pick one of the 2 myths that you've covered, either in listening and speaking or reading and viewing, and write a recount of events using the framework provided. As always, no matter what the writing activity, we must adhere to the writing process. Learners will start with pre-writing. This is where they brainstorm and organize their ideas, usually in the form of a mind map. Then they will use their ideas to write a rough or first draft. They will revise, making changes and improving their writing. And then they will edit. This is where they proofread and correct their mistakes. And lastly, this is the publish or final. This is where they write and share their final copy. Let us remind our learners to use ARMS to revise and CUPS to edit. ARMS stands for Add Words and Sentences, Remove Unneeded Words or Sentences, Move Words or Sentences, and Substitute Words or Sentences. To edit, we use CUPS. C is for capitalization. U is for usage, where we make sure about our subject-verb agreement. P is for punctuation, and S is for spelling. Learners will be provided with the framework for the mind map, which you can copy and hand out, as well as the framework for the recount, which is on the presentation. As you have seen in this training video, and as you will see in the lesson plans included in your LRIP package, you have been guided as to which language structure and convention concept to teach in the various other skills. Remember that we teach language structures and conventions within context, as we test language structures and conventions within context. This cycle, however, also includes explicit language structure and conventions teachings with regards to prefixes and suffixes. You will see that this cycle includes a video as well as worksheets on prefixes and suffixes. Please make use of the reading improvement resources and strategies included in this package. And this brings me to the end of this training session. Don't forget to complete the post-test, and all the best for Term 3. Goodbye.